Welcome to lesson 3, where we learn about the different kinds of content that you can share on Instagram. There's a lot of different formats of things that you might never even have thought of. And so we're going to go over all of those here. Some of the things that you can share here on Instagram are original photos, graphics you create, videos, GIFs, stock photos, which of course are my favorite, selfies or self-portraits of yourself, collages, or galleries. Now keep in mind, I'm specifically talking about content you create on your Instagram feed, not on Instagram stories or Instagram live. I'm talking about specifically on your feed. We're gonna go more in depth about Instagram stories and Instagram live. I feel like those are almost different platforms, so they require kind of a different strategy. So we'll go over content we can share there in a different module, but for now we're gonna focus on all the content you're sharing on your actual feed. So what are original photos? They are images that you shoot yourself. Now, if you are not lucky enough to be a trained photographer, you can train yourself and become one if you want, if you have a nice camera, if you have a DSLR. But if all you have to work with is your iPhone, that takes great photos too. And with a little bit of practice and a little bit of training, you can also have amazing images that you shoot yourself with even your iPhone. If you need a little bit more in-depth training on how to take better iPhone photos, I do have a free course available called Elevate Your iPhone Photos that I will link to below in the resources tab. The next type of content I love to share are graphics. Of course, because I am a graphic designer, I do love adding in different graphics throughout my feed. If you look there now, it's sprinkled all over. I overlay it on top of photos sometimes, in videos, or just as standalone graphics like my Hot Mess Monday post that you can see every Monday evening. Now I create most of my graphic design work in Photoshop because that's just what I'm most comfortable with and it's the platform I love the most. But you're more than welcome to create amazing graphics in Canva, or you can use different templates. You can even use different apps that you can find. I think like Rana Designs is a great app. It's in my tool stack, a link to that is there. But there's all kinds of ways that you can create these graphics even if you're not a trained graphic designer or have Photoshop. The next kind of content that I love sharing are videos. You can either shoot them with your iPhone if you'd like, or you can use your DSLR camera like I do. This is a little photo of my Mom Fail Fridays that I had shared before. I had a series that I did a little while ago that I might bring back someday, but I would post those videos that I shot with my DSLR on my Instagram feed. Welcome to today's Mom Fail Friday. So
okay, time out, my shoe just farted. I went over and it's all
Birkenstocks, they do that to you. GIFs are flashing or scrolling photos and graphics that you can create. You can do just words. I've seen that a lot where they're almost like memes. Or you can do templates like I did. I created a graphic template, changed out the images, changed out the text, and made it a video, but it just flashes different images. Stock photos, of course, are my jam because I actually have a stock photo shop and a stock brand subscription, but using images that other people have created that you can use for your own brand is the fastest way to get a great looking feed and have to not do the work of taking the photos. The beloved selfie. Actually, the selfie is something that's probably the most hated thing, but we need to see your face. So even if you don't do the classic selfie of a full-length photo of yourself and your face, just start getting creative and taking different photos of yourself that still show who you are and what you're all about, but maybe aren't just like full face smiling images. Collages or mood boards are so beautiful in your feed, and it's a good way to get your color palette kind of kicked off. I do this every Monday. I share mood board Mondays every Monday morning. Sometimes they're my own images and sometimes I find them from other people. I've curated content. And both are great. You can do either one. You can either curate content from other people or you can use your own that you've designed, but it's a great way to add visual interest to your feed and have an anchor color palette for the rest of your 9 grid. Another type of content that you might want to include are galleries. So recently, fairly recently, Instagram brought out galleries that you can upload multiple images for one post. So you can scroll over, you can add, I don't even know what the limit is, but you can add a whole bunch of images over and they can scroll, and it can be almost like a little mini slideshow or a photo gallery. because there's so many different options about what you can actually share here on Instagram, I've kind of rounded up a whole bunch of things and put them in this template collection for you to get you started. So you're not just posting just photo after photo after photo. You can get a little bit more creative. There's some styled stock photos, there's some graphics, there's a GIF in there. So go ahead and feel free to use these if you want, and feel free to put your own spin on it. You can take these stock photos and overlay them with text if you want, or however else you want to make them your own. Now let's move on to lesson 4.